Hello students, today we are going to discuss the chapter 10, that is motion and measurement of distance. So in this chapter we will discuss the story of transport, measuring of length, meaning of measurement, standard unit of length, multiples and submultiples of meter, devices used for measuring length, measurement of length. So first we will discuss the transportation. What is transportation? Transportation is nothing but if you carry some goods from one place to another place, then we call it as transportation. Throughout the most of history, transportation was extremely slow and difficult. In the prehistoric, people lived by hunting, fishing, and gathering wild plants. They had no beast of burden, wheeled vehicles, or roads. They traveled on the foot. They carried goods on their backs or heads or by dragging them along the ground. In time, people used it to domesticate animals. They began to use donkeys and oxen as pack animals. The use of beasts of burden enabled people to carry heavier loads than they could before. So now need to measure length. The length is nothing but distance. So in the picture you see that there are two lines. One is A, another one is B. So if I ask you question, which line is long? So you can say that A is very longer line as compared to the line B. Now you measure the both lines with the help of the scale. So you will find out that both of them are equal. So it is very difficult to answer correctly without actual measurement. For example, if you go to the tailor shop and a tailor measures the length while stitching the clothes, you know that. So think what will happen if clothes are stitched without proper measurement. Thus, measurement of length is great importance in our life. So, what is measurement? The measurement is nothing but comparison of an unknown quantity with some fixed quantity of the same kind. So, this non-fixed quantity is called what? Unit. So, other part is the name of the unit of measurement. For example, if the length of the table is 4 meters, then here the 4 is the just number and meter is the unit of the length. So the length of the table is 4 times the length of the unit selected for measurement. So long ago, many of the units of length were derived from the length of some parts of the human body. For example, a pace or a footstep, a cubic, handspan, and width of 4 fingers were used as a units of measurement of length. So you can see in the picture, that is the pace and handspan, cubic. Okay. So next is the standard units of length. So all the units I already told you that handspan, footstep, cubic are not reliable units because the length of the body parts are different for different people. For example, if you tell your friends to measure the stick made by using your hand span, they will not be able to understand how big the stick is. It is because they do not know the length of your hand span. So hand span is not proper unit of measurement of length. So because of that reason, in all over the world, scientists have accepted a standard unit of length, that is meter. The symbol of meter is m. So here see that this is called the what? International system of units. The international system of units is nothing but in the all over the world, scientists have accepted a set of standard units for the measurement of quantities. So this set of units is known as what? International system of units. So the and units of this system are called what? SI units. The SI abbreviation is System International Units. System International of Units, in all languages. Okay, so here see that the SI unit of length is meter, the abbreviated as a m. The SI unit of mass is kilogram, so we can simply we can write it as kg. The SI unit of time is seconds, we can write it as s. The SI unit of temperature is Kelvin, we can write it as K. The next one is multiples and submultiples of meters. So we know that SI unit of length is meter. The length and the breadth of the field can be measured using the meters. But this unit is very inconvenient to express the length of the very small objects. For example, if you take the pencil, pen, book, etc., it is very difficult to express these objects in meters. So the length of all these objects are very smaller than a meter. So convenient unit to express such a small length is centimeter. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. But if you take the coin, and it is very difficult to find out the thickness of the coin because it is very smaller than the centimeter. To express such a small length, we can use another unit, that is millimeter. So we can write it as mm. So 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. Suppose we want to measure the distance between the two cities. So to express such a large distance, meter will not be a convenient unit. So here large unit of length is needed, that is kilometer. So in simply we can write it as km. So 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. So now some devices used for measuring length. In our day-to-day life, we use various devices for measuring length. For example, we use a scale for measuring length. A tailor uses a measuring tape. A cloth merchant uses a meter rod. And in a school library, we use a wooden meter scale. So in this table we can see that the 10 millimeter is equal to 1 centimeter, and 10 centimeter is 1 decimeter, 10 decimeter is 100 centimeter, 100 centimeter is 1 meter, 1000 meter is 1 kilometer. These are very important. We can remember these things. So now we move on to the measurement of length. While taking measurement, we must be very careful, otherwise measurement may not be accurate. We should take the following precautions while using devices for measuring length. So here, place the scale in contact with the object along its length. So next one is, the eye must be positioned in front of and in line where the measurement is taken to be taken. See the second picture. In the third picture you see that the ends of the scale or rod must not be worn out. If the ends of the scale are broken and the zero mark cannot be read clearly, then use the mark 1 centimeter or any other. Subtract the mark. So now subtract the mark, you use 1 centimeter from the reading at the other end. In the fourth figure, the scale should be placed correctly along the length to be measured. So now measuring length of a straight line. In order to measure the length of a straight line, keep the scale in such a way that the graduated edge should be placed close to the line and zero mark of the scale coincides with one end of the line. Keeping the eye exactly above the point where the measurement is to be taken, note down the reading on scale coincidence with the other end. So next, measuring length of a curved line. So we can measure the length of a curved line with the help of a thread or a divider. So first using the thread. So let AB is a curved line. Take the thread and put a knot near one end of it. So place the knot on point A and place the thread over the line till B reached. Now stretch the thread on a meter scale or a rule and measure the length accurately. So now using the divider, how can you measure the length? So let AB be a curved line which is to be measured. So take a divider and open its legs to cover some convenient distance, say 1 centimeter. Place one end of the divider at the starting point of the curved line. Count the number of times the divider has to be taken to reach the other end of the line. Multiply the length measured by the number of steps. If some portion of the line is left out, measuring it separately, add this to final reading. See this picture, you can understand. So in this content you have learned story of transport, measuring of length, meaning of measurement, standard unit of length, multiples and submultiples, and measurement of length, devices used for measuring length.